Heading off into the woods.
Woo.
Me and Jonah.
Hey, hey.
Camp is established right here by the river. We had to chop through some ice. Jonah, what's that hatchet you got called again? He's got the Holtz Brook, and I swear he's used that more to cut through ice than he has to split wood. So we got a hole in the ice. The river's flowing, but on the edges are pretty frozen. It ain't that thick. But we got through. We got one of these sites, and I remember camping here before where the wind or just the cold air comes down the hill and just rolls over you here. So I'll have the back of my tarp pitched this way tonight over there in my rig. Get a little sun right now. That's good. So a cup of cocoa, don't you know? Going with the flow. Yeah. I'm sorry if your name is Flo. I didn't mean anything by that. Jonah finally quit piecemealing for winter, and he got himself a 0-degree Superior Gear hammock. No more messing with 2 or 3 under quilts. He's been doing that for years. I said, just get one of these. You won't even have to tuck it on your shoulder. Finally. Actually, more snow out here than I thought there would be. Home, sweet home. And I cannot, and I will repeat, I cannot wait to crawl in there tonight and sleep. Day after Thanksgiving, you know, you go to sleep with a turkey coma. I got up at 3:22. Jonah got up at 3. Was at my house by 4:23. And that's early. Early! Early, 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 early. Good scooping, Jonah. Years of practice. You gonna...
I don't know how I did that.
Because it's funny. All right. Good work. I like camping with Jonah. He'll do everything. My food is unmolested. Kettle is on.
That, my friends, is a homemade peanut butter Pop-Tart with a icing sugar glaze and a few sprinkles. It's a pretty easy recipe, and I hope it's tasty. Well, good morning. It's Shug here, laying in my Superior Gear hammock with my hammock gear top quilt. 24 degrees. I think it got down to 24 last night. I got to 23. I've yet to check, and got about 12 hours of sleep. I was in the hammock by 6 o'clock. It's maybe 7 now. Been up for a little bit before I wanted to grab this camera. Down here by the Poplar River on the Superior Hiking Trail. Was just worn out yesterday, getting up so early, and getting up here after Thanksgiving, which was a lot of work because we did a lot of cooking and a lot of hauling and a lot of stuff and a lot of talking, and just got back from our beach vacation that we haven't done in 2 years since the pandemic, and I hadn't quite gotten over that yet, so I was really looking forward to sleep, and I got it. I'm just kind of picking at this Pop-Tart a little bit here. Peanut Butter and Company brand dark chocolate peanut butter. That is delightful. I didn't make my own pie crust. I had an old crust up in the freezer and I just used that. Ooh, I got myself a pretty boil going. Get her. Get her, I like a good boil. That's worth the count. I am ready for some Medaglia d'Oro instant espresso. Or for that one Italian lady that watches sometimes. Medaglia d'Oro. I may even be saying it wrong still. Hey, what you doing down there? Down so low. You're down so low. That's good. That, my friends, is good. I'm going to have this Pop-Tart and then a bacon and Duke's mayonnaise sandwich. Heavy on the Duke's mayonnaise on sourdough bread. So this doesn't taste like the Pop-Tarts we know and love. It tastes more like a Pop-Tart inspired confectionery delight. Sleeping warm is so good because this is the trip of cold feet. I'm wearing my regular old hiking boots, so is Jonah. I'm hiking out here, we got warm in the sun side, on the sunny side of this mountain, of this little peak. And then we camped on this side. And it was shady when we got here. Sun came out later. And the only thing really cold on me was my feet. My socks are wet, so today I'm going to put the old grocery bag on my foot first, put my sock on. My boots are just frozen over there. But when you get to camp and get everything done, it's nice to put on my down booties, and I've got those motorcycle rider covers for them to keep them kind of dry, and that kept my feet greatly warm and toasty at camp last night. So this is kind of a cold foot hiking day, but now it's time to take the lovely warm sock on and put on the slightly damp, but not frozen, but definitely damp sock into the frozen boots. Deep thoughts from the northern woods in northern Minnesota, with a little redundancy sprinkled right on top. All right, got my little grocery bag inside my wet sock, and now it's time to get into the frozen boot. That's always fun. Just keep pushing her on down, pulling the tongue, making headway. Almost there. I just got some heel to clear. And need some lube. And I'm in. Now I just got to wear that around a while, let it kind of temper.
Oh, we be like feeling real good now, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we had ourselves a nice little stop and a little lunch here and a little bit of water, cold water. And it's just quiet in the woods today. There's no wind, and there's Jonah, Orange Man. I call him several shades of orange. And we were sort of stripping down some layers, and I'm really testing out this new mesh. One of my YouTube viewers, I can't remember who it was, but it's a European company that makes this mesh wool shirt that apparently like lifts the moisture away from you. And so far it's effective, and it's like kind of sexy because it's kind of see-through. Jonah called it my stripper shirt. And I tell you, I'm really impressed with it. I got it at the end of the winter last year and wore it ice skating a lot. It really is really effective, but I'm surprised that I'm not feeling anything through it. So, yeah. We're closing in on Agnes Lake. So it's been a beautiful little walk this morning. You could have almost used snowshoes, but right on that fine line. The stepping is a little odd.
Melting now.
You can't go fast. We were saying it's like paddling a paddle boat. You can only paddle so fast. You're not going to go any faster. You're just going to do more work.
And make a lot more noise.
Woo, buddy! Hey, Milan, I got your box. I'm about to try the Pendrek, which he told me in the language of the Czech Republic means beton. The little beton. I'm betoning myself. If you're eating Spam, especially cold Spam in the snow, it's basically potted meat in a cubed. Oh, Spam, that porkish delight. I crave it morning, noon, and night. To eat it is a palate's delight. To serve it is downright polite.
Is that Edgar Allan Poe?
That's Shug.
Oh, okay.
His would have been a little deeper and darker, maybe.
Okay.
Could I offer you a bite of the pink meat? Well, after 4 hours of walking, we finally made it here. Got a nice sunny spot to kind of just knock the last night's moisture out of the down. Sun still up in the sky. I've always liked this little place, but sometimes it can be windy out here. Got my Superior hammock, 15-degree hammock hanging there. Joan over there in the dark, stringing up a 0. And there is a little breeze coming through. But right now it feels delightful. I'll take the breeze for this pretty sight. And we got access right down here on Lake Agnes. We've already chopped our hole for water. Actually been people snowshoeing around the edge. So it's pretty thick. You said you chopped through and it was like an axe head, a hatchet head thick, right?
Yeah, one spot I didn't even hit bottom.
So that was kind of at least 4 inches. So that's surprising, but it got up like, it's in the 40s now. And especially with the rays of that sun. So the snow's getting all wet. So pretty soon put the down booties on. I'm really thankful to have those motorcycle overcovers because it's soppy. But I put the baggie in there today and my feet are totally wet, but not freezing cold yet. Thought you'd like to know that, so I told you.
Oh, and there goes my arm.
Better than your finger.
Yeah, it's an arm shot.
Good man.
You haul it from the woods. Hauling it, cutting it, burning it.
Take a little peek inside this meal. Look at those nice potato slices there. Yum. creamy potato soup with red beans and hot vegetables. Out of Mackenzie. We'll call it McKendry since Alex couldn't make it. McKendry chowder. Earlier, kind of forgot to tell you what the candy from the Czech Republic from Milan tastes like. The Pendeski, the Bitan. It's black licorice, which is my favorite. And he heard me talking about red licorice one time, which is not licorice, it's red candy. And this is a severe black licorice. Very good. Very Czech.
Oh, there was the desiccant.
The desiccant. Yeah, Jonah needed to get warm, so he went out there and found some standing dead.
Standing dead.
He likes to wield his axe. He hasn't camped much this year because he's been a busy man at his engineering firm, but he doesn't want to talk about that.
No work.
He's out here to go to Loserville. And I don't think that's a result of a loser. I think what I'm doing sitting here is kind of a Loserville, but that's where I want to be. I'd like to get me a house, maybe a condo, maybe a townhouse in Loserville proper. Come see me there sometimes when you're down in the dumps. Our friend Alex couldn't make the trip, family reasons, but wish him the best. Everything's going good. That was a really good meal. That really was satisfying. Some peas, some beans, those sliced up potatoes, that fakey cheese, milky stuff. I liked it. I liked it a lot. The beautiful sunset. The wind is dying. We're both drying out. Fire is good. All I got to do is pitch my tarp and slumber on. Yeah, we got the boot and sock drying station going on here. Just trying to knock a little bit out of it, but the fire went great tonight because we did not have to dig the pit out. Someone had already had a fire in there a day or two ago. There was no snow or wet coals in it, so. Alrighty, it's time for the colonnata, and this is a fresh one from Milan. Thank you, Milan. How many times have I told you I love these, and how many times have I said your name and mentioned it, hoping to get some fresh ones? And that is unlike me, but Jonah has not had the colonnata. A little hazelnut, the wafery. Oh, dear. Okay. Can't wait anymore. Well, let's get a little detailed look at the layers and layers. It's almost like the inside of a coffee crisp without the mocha. A little bit of chocolate hazelnut and just layer upon layer of colonnata. Here. Cheers. Oh. Oh, glory. Okay, so Jonah had a coffee crisp in his pack, so we're splitting that now. So here you can kind of see the wafery inside, which is some facsimile thereof to the colonnata, but you have the mocha chocolate, and this is a Canadian one, the coffee
ding, ding,
crisp.
ding, ding. The word of the day.
Got a harder crunch.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just too bright before I've had my Medaglia d'Oro. After a deep and warm, windy slumber, listening to the lake talk all night, it is time for Medaglia d'Oro instant espresso. Lights out.
Now I got a half a bacon and Duke's mayonnaise sandwich on sourdough. Gonna have peaches and cream oatmeal, and then I'm gonna have another coffee. I don't mean to sound like a braggart, but I just thought I'd inform you. I think you too should grab yourself a coffee, tea, some soy milk, perhaps some real milk, maybe some half and half if you prefer to guzzle that straight, or if you're like my father, some buttermilk. You could have yourself some 2%. You could have yourself a Diet Coke, a Coke Zero. You could have yourself a regular Coke or a Pepsi. But please join me for morning caffeine time as I lay here ensconced in my Superior Gear 15-degree hammock, which I'm going to say is kind of really a zero. It's just so warm. Comfortable as can be. The hammock gear top quilt, 20-degree. Kept me really warm. No condensation this morning on it. Yesterday, Jonah and I both had a lot of condensation on top. We were kind of down by that river in a low area, so we probably just got a lot of moisture. I'm boring you now with all that technical talk. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Versus like, you know, falling into the latrine. Having to help you with your pants at your ankles.
I'm looking at the sun through my camera because I can't see it from my tarp. Looks like a pretty beautiful sunrise.
Oh, good morning. And after breakfast morning, we're all packed up. We were doing our little final checks, making sure we left a clean camp, didn't leave anything behind. And what else can I tell you? Getting ready to walk back the way we came. Lovely night here last night. The lake was just really, I don't think you can hear it on camera, but it just does this with the ice building and cracking. It's really a cool sound.
Oh yeah, it's going right now.
It is. It's the weirdest sound ever. It's primordial. It's deep. It's low.
Echo.
I'll see if I'll bring you out there and let you hear it. But it sounds like giant creatures underneath the ice, bumping the top, trying to get out. And we just saw this on the hike out, didn't even see it walking up to take the morning constitutional. They got a bear bag hanging post with a stick that you can pull off and, yeah, push your bag up. Really well thought out. You never see those on this trail.
I think they installed 2 this year, I was reading.
Well, this area did have like a lot of bear activity this summer, I read. This huge nest here. Man, we walked good this morning.
Yes, we did.
So we're back to the site we are the first night, and we did it in half the time of yesterday. And I'd say some of that is the snow was a little icier today and packed down. Didn't cling to our
Spikes.
ice cleats much.
Nice.
We didn't take as many breaks. We kind of got our snow legs on us now. We made great time. We did real good. And here's where we're getting the water from. The last time we were getting it from here, and I came down and had to bust up some of these big sheets of ice. Just broke them with my foot to get to this running water right here. It's a cold site here for all that just cold air running down the hill. But we're just hearing all night like all this ice like right there breaking and shifting, that stuff. It's freezing, thawing. Sounds kind of violent sometimes, like an elephant running through the woods. La 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 la. Time for a little backwoods personality test. Here we have Jonah's piles, segregated by size
And purpose.
and purpose.
More
There's
importantly.
his nest, and there's, well, that's kind of my good pile, but here's my pile right there. Mine commingle in size and purpose. They have a bigger plan. Now here's the down booty. Well, actually, this is my synthetic booty. I like this one's got nice little grips on the bottom. Fresh sock, and then use the motorcycle kind of riding rain boot. Cover it up, and it's the mid-season muckluck. Been really very effective. Way to go, Jonah. This is why you want a guy with nervous energy, slight OCD, engineering mentality, perseverance, determination.
And
Glad to be out of
voices in their head. It
What?
keeps the voices quiet.
It does. What voices? Getting ready to have my last coffee crisp cocoa. It's going to be time to order some more.
Skinny stuff on top now.
Oh, the footpad bellows. Also used as a sit pad. Crawling in for the night. It's only about 7:30, so it's early. Early! Well, we had a good time. It's been a good trip. It's nice to have this third night out here. About 1.6 miles out to Jonah's car tomorrow. We had some fine dinners tonight. I had the Inertia Foods garlic noodles. They're really good. Like a creamy Alfredo sauce with garlic noodles. Self-explanatory. And then Jonah brought one of the Packet Gourmet Boston cream pie, and I forgot how good those were. Looking forward to some good slumber. Had a good fire. It's been good to be out and get the first winter trip in for the season. Gets me pumped for some deep winter here in Minnesota. So with that, I'll leave you with a woo, buddy!
Yes, my trusty Fancy Feast stove. 5:30 in the morning here. I've grabbed the food bags abruptly and roughly dropped Jonah's bag by him. That's our alarm clock. And we're going to get out of here a little bit early this morning. Get back to the cities, get back to life. It's been a good trip. Slept super warm last night. It's only about 29 degrees right now. Lovely. Having myself some Medaglia d'Oro instant espresso. Enjoy my slurp.
Walking out, but I don't want to go. Kind of want to go though. Got a pretty good sized wolf coming through. All secured. Sector 7.